going live. Still says going live, but sometimes it tricks me. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. So have you ever had like one of those moments that you're lucky your head's attached or you'd forget what you're doing? Yeah, that's me today. So hello, I am teacher Casey, and so glad you all could make it. And today I have Mary and Christina. Hey, ladies, how are you?
Hi, Casey. Hi, Christina. It's great being here with you.
Good. You want to say hello and introduce yourself? Maybe let them know where you're tuning in from. Mary,
Sure.
you want to go first?
Yes, so I'm in the Shenandoah Valley of Virginia, and I've been with VIPKid for almost 4 years. And, this is just a sad era right now of coming to terms with the fact that soon we'll be saying goodbye to our sweet students. So lots
No.
of different feelings about that for me.
Right. And Christina, how about you?
Hi, Mary. Hi, Casey. Happy to be here. I'm tuning in from London, England, and I've been with VIPKid for a little over a year. And it surprises me how close I've gotten with some of my students in just a short amount of time.
Right. So how do your schedules look right now?
Go ahead, Christina.
I closed off my weekends. I was like working 7 days a week, but I'm fully booked Monday through Friday. I'm teaching about 11, 10 classes a day.
Wow.
Next week is looking a little sparse. Not sure,
Yeah.
but this week is good.
Awesome. How long have you been teaching from England?
On and off. My husband's British, so I just spent about 6 months in the US doing overnights.
Yes, so you must be thrilled with the difference in time teaching from Europe,
Yes,
right? Awesome.
absolutely. Monday through Friday is like 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. I could open earlier, but I don't.
Right.
That's really awesome. So have you noticed if your classes have the amount that you're booked has gone down at all, or has it stayed consistent for you?
It stayed consistent right now. Like I said, next week I would usually have more bookings. Yeah, the frenzy, it didn't get me too many. The next Thursday and Friday are looking sparse, but I know they're going back to school
Right.
September 1st, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, that makes
We
sense.
lost you for a second. We heard your voice, but the picture froze, but we've got you back now. So, hey, Rebecca, thanks for
Hi,
coming.
Rebecca.
Thanks. Just came back from a
Awesome.
walk with my girls. I'm like, oh yeah, it's time for the meet.
Well, you saw me scrambling.
Awesome.
So, yeah, I even had to use a thumbnail from before, but we're on here. We are here chatting about VIPKid, and oh, I don't even know whether to say we're going to miss it. I'm still holding out hope for something. I don't know what that's going to look like, but so right now, Rebecca, we're talking about what does your schedule look upcoming. So I think Mary.
Yeah, that's kind of weird because I'm trying to keep up with multiple companies and diversify as well as leave openings.
Yeah.
Because if I'm booked solid for the frenzy, and if I get hired with a new company, there's no wiggle room of like, well, where can I open up? I'm already fully booked. So I'm trying to save a few days for other companies, just to get a head start, kind of like a help transition, like a half transition. But everything that I opened is booking out for the frenzy. I used to be short notice only for years, and I'm kind of scared to do that. I hear that they are still booking with the peak time short notice, but I've been too scared. So like, I'd rather have some bookings than no bookings, even if I don't get the short notice pay. It does mean that there's less flexibility. My evenings are booking up. I mean, I'm working 6:30 to 8 p.m. Mountain Time every night, which means that's 8:30 to 10 a.m. for them. So it's the first 3 spots you could do. And those are booking almost every night. So I'm doing those split shifts for now.
Yeah, a bunch of my kids said they're going back to school on September 1st. So I wonder.
Yeah, so I might only do it for another
out.
week, maybe 2, just depends. I know it's going to lighten up. So I know it's hard for my family to have me teach every single night. But I'm like, hey, it's just for 1 more week, maybe 2 more weeks. And then that's it. That's done. It'll slow down.
Right. And Mary, what does your schedule look like right now?
Right now, I think I've said before, I haven't opened up time slots for a frenzy for like a year, but my regulars are still booking me. I'm trying to, this sounds terrible, but with my other with my other job, I'm noticing it taking more and more time. So I'm gradually wanting to wean off
Yeah.
of VIP Kids. So I'm doing about 15 classes right now and
Right.
starting to tell some of my students because of the changes, I can't work. And I'm leaning on that because they could still book with me. But
Right.
the ones that are less fun to teach, I am offering up that reason that I need to start stopping and transitioning to something. So that's, I feel a little bad about that, but I have to pick the students that bring me joy right now. And
Right.
Yeah. And it's
Right.
good that you're choosing when to end. You like, sometimes it's good to have the end date in your mind. Go, this is the day that I'm going to end. This unknown is really messing with a lot of people's minds of like, when is it really and truly goodbye?
Right.
yes, so for my least favorite students, there's an end date. For my favorite ones, I don't know. I mean, my twins that you've heard me talk about lots, the mom
Yes.
said, like, you know how they had that last day to buy classes?
Right.
She bought 3 years worth.
Wow.
So I may
Aw.
still be here 3 years from now. Who
You have to
knows?
have all the birthday parties with them still.
I know, right? Well, at least
Right?
we have also Skyped, so we know that we're going to be able to stay in
Yes.
touch regardless. But yeah, so they bought 3 years worth. I have my little one that started with me right after her 3rd birthday. She has 170 classes. I
Wow.
have someone else that has 150. Like I still have hundreds of classes potentially, but I
Right.
don't know.
Right.
I don't know
My
what's going to happen.
right. My schedule is funky. I've noticed a lot of my regulars are missing right now that I usually get the 4-month bookings at a time. But all of a sudden I have at least 5 to 7 sub classes per week for the last couple weeks. I don't know like where they're coming from. And then also I was certified for the Starlight group classes. I had my first one this weekend, just yesterday. It was crazy. Another story for another day. But now the VIP Kids sent out a message today saying they can no longer book weekends for
I
them
didn't get that one.
for
Oh,
Starlight.
for the
For Starlight
Starlight.
group. So they're offering a different schedule for them. So I don't know. Okay, Mary, you speak Casey, so maybe you can help me out. I saw Rebecca does too, but Mary has a way with words. She can make it sound not so bad. Okay, so this is totally on the fly. I did not tell
Oh no,
anybody else to do
you're
this,
putting
but-
me on the spot. I want Christina's and Rebecca's help with this too.
Okay.
We all speak Casey. We've been here for like a year or more.
So I saw on Facebook somebody messaged or somebody put up a post saying, is anybody else feeling a little bit of relief because VIP Kid might be ending? And I mean, she words it much better. And people were just like attacking her. Now, I kind of got what she was saying because sometimes I want to work on my business so much. And I think about like, maybe I should cut back on VIP Kid. But then, you still have this passion for teaching. You still feel needed and the kids might still need you and it feels good and you want to keep teaching. So you do. But on the other hand, I get what she's saying. Does that make sense? Because people are like, you just don't need to teach anymore. And I'm like, no, that's not what she's saying.
Is she saying that she's glad that it's ending for the teachers or for the students? Like whose side?
I think for herself, like she's been doing it because, she loves the students, she loves teaching. But on the other hand, if it makes her stop, you know what I mean? She can get sleep again. She can.
Well, that's it for me, Casey. Like the part that I'm super excited about is not getting up in the morning so early, right? Like, I mean, and I live on the East Coast, so I'm really spoiled.
Right?
I
You
still
have nothing to
don't wanna
complain about. No.
I don't have anything to complain about, but I still feel sleep deprived. So, and I don't have little ones anymore. So I really, but menopause has set in. So, you don't get sleep for those reasons.
It's like been there, done that. We know where Rebecca's at. We get it, Rebecca. It's hard.
Five-year-old, 2-year-old. I've been teaching with VIP for 5 years. I've literally been teaching since my oldest was 5 months old. So this is all that she's ever known. Right. So, I mean, I haven't read the post, so I don't know where it's coming from. But I'm one of those people that I will never leave until you kick me out.
Yes. And
I am loyal to a T and I will stay because I don't want to leave.
Right.
And so unless I leave because family's moving or like I left my teaching job because I was pregnant. We decided that I was going to take a year off and then we moved out of state. So like, okay, I have to be done. VIP kid, like I don't want to ever leave. But if they kick me out, then I'm like, okay, now I got to find something else. So maybe it's that loyalty that we just don't want to say goodbye on our own terms. Like it seems so, I don't know.
And I think that's what she's saying. And I felt so bad for her reading some of the posts. And I'm like, are they just not getting what she's saying? You know what I mean? Like,
everybody has their own take of VIP kid. I mean, I don't like how it's ending. I think it's really mean to the kids to do it this way. And it did come out suddenly. And I don't know when I was going to plan to leave anyway. 10 more years. I don't know. Like, when would be a good end date for me? I was just like, let's just keep going. Like, it's working. Let's just do it. But I don't know how long like all these companies could sustain their model indefinitely. Possibly just keep them growing, but they all came to a halt really fast. And that was, and it's not like you can just, sometimes when people go and review on VIP Kid or they lose their contract, okay, that's fine. Let's just go another Chinese-based ESL company. No problem. Well, we don't have that. So that's at least the extra uncertainty of, now what?
Yeah. And I don't want to, lose my precious ones. Like, I've whittled it down, but the rest, I want to stay with them. So it's like, it's hard. I've got a little bit of Rebecca and a little bit of the other person who's like happy for it to end. It's like, I don't want it to end for these, but the rest, okay.
Right.
How about you, Christina?
Well, I think if I was back in America teaching on the Pacific Coast, I would definitely be a little relieved to get my sleep and schedule back, because I was a grumpy person for those 6 months. I slept during the day, not happy. But I think, I feel the same way, that I'll stay with VIP Kid till the end. I'm kind of attached to it. I had some anxiety at the beginning of teaching online and being on video, on camera, and recording, watching everything I say, and I have a little bit of perfectionism and things. So I'm attached to VIP Kid, although I've looked elsewhere and applied elsewhere. I'm just kind of not sure that I want to work for any other company, because I really just like their curriculum. I like their slides. I like all the certifications I've got. Yeah, I'm bummed.
I know. So let's say hi in the chat, and then we'll pick up with more VIP Kid. Let's see. Kelly, hey Kelly, and teacher Renee and Lisa, thanks for coming. Let's see. Kelly said, hi. Also, I heard September 1st, 9 cities are testing out the new policy. Oh, and right when Outschool picked up, I tried to stop, but couldn't completely. Yes, exactly, Kelly. So she got hired with Outschool and was working a lot, but she couldn't leave VIP Kid either. It just, I don't know. Hey, teacher Renee, thanks for coming. And Lisa said, I am also excited about not waking up so early. Yes. Yeah, you just, I don't know. VIP Kid was such a good place to start. And you learn so much, and the workshops they have, the professional development, and the community we've built. And guys that are watching this channel, our community is not going anywhere. Although we are transitioning, we are all friends. I consider a lot of you my family. So we are still here, and we'll make it through together. But
I think that's one of the things I'm most grateful for, is this community, right? Like we've really found a way to bond together as teachers, even though most of us have never met in person. But how wonderful is it that we've created this community, so you're not teaching in isolation, and you're not just only working with kids the whole time. You see other people and get inspired by their ideas, and share the rest of your lives as well. It's been really great that way.
Like messaging Mary out of the blue. Mary, help.
I really like the online community, but also back in the day when we had meetups, when we actually in-person meetups, those were so awesome.
Good.
I mean, it's been over a year and a half since we've had one, and I kind of miss it. And getting the swag, but also telling stories. We'd tell war stories of well, my student did this, or how do you help a student do this? And I feel like we can't do that anymore, because it's sad. Sorry.
I agree. The in-person meetups were awesome.
Yeah. Now,
Really,
Christina,
really
did
good.
you get to go to any meetups? I think you're the newest teacher out of all of us, right? How long?
Probably, yes. Only a year and a couple months. But
Okay.
I haven't been to any in-person meetups. I did join like the Spanish language exchange, those kind of Zoom meetups.
Oh, fun.
That was fun. Yeah, it was a transition going from being in the classroom, brick and mortar, having a staff room full of teacher coworkers, and to the online community and just virtual coworkers.
Yes.
Yeah, it's really.
Mhm.
So have you found it supportive? Like, because you are used to that brick and mortar teacher room. So how has this been for you?
I love it. I find myself on Facebook constantly just reading what other people have wrote, or even commenting if I can help somebody new out in the new teacher group. Yeah, it's a super welcoming community. Everybody's been so nice. Thank you, Casey. Yeah, for welcoming me to your Monday Zoom.
Yes. I'm so glad she came on a teaching abroad. We did what, a couple weeks ago? A month ago, I guess. Wow, it's been
Wow.
it's been a while. But I was like, her and I like just had great conversation, and I'm like, oh yeah, we definitely can chat this one out. She needs to come on Mondays too.
That's awesome.
So I was writing a note down to myself. Oh, I totally just hung up on my husband. I wrote a note down while you were talking. One good community that I found was for meetups. What are they? The virtual meetups, I guess. Amy Lou has Fishbowl Friday. So if you are a VIP kid teacher, I went to one and had a blast. And then I went on vacation, wasn't here for the next couple, but on Fridays, you play games. Mary, you would probably like this because you do this with your family. But she has you do Pictionary and then a different part and a different part. And it was hilarious. It was so much fun just hanging out and, meeting and talking with friends. And along the lines of what Rebecca was saying, when you're online teacher and you work these crazy hours, sometimes not your spouse doesn't always understand what you're going through, or mine can hear me teaching. So he's got a
I
different
feel like even
perspective.
after 5 years, my husband still doesn't know the lingo.
Right?
He's like, wait, what's SNS? You don't know that means student no show? I mean, it's been 5 years. I guess I talk so much with my teacher friends on chat that I don't actually bring them in
Right.
to the lingo.
We should have a spouse. We should bring our spouses in
to see how much they know. Yeah.
That would be so cool.
That would be so fun.
If he's sleeping, who else is awake at 3 a.m.? My teacher friends are awake at 3 a.m.
Yes. That's when I first got talking with Kelly, Evelyn, Joy, Cindy, Danny, all that whole group, Kim, Marianne. See, once I start naming everybody, but they would send messages to each other at 2, 3 in the morning. And I'm like, wow, I have some friends awake at this time.
And on the other side, my sister texts me. I'm like, girl, go to bed. She's a college student. I'm like, why are you still up when I get up?
Oh, funny.
College life.
Kelly said her spouse would never do it.
Daniel would do it.
Steve's shy.
My husband. Sorry, my husband actually sleeps through my classes. We're in the same room because our flat in London is tiny, and he can just sleep right through it. It's amazing. I'm such a light sleeper. I don't know how he does it, but I catch him also just singing some of the songs.
He's a light sleeper too.
Yeah, he knows lessons. It's white noise. I mean, I teach, and I'm always afraid I would wake my kids up, but to them, it's white noise. Oh, mommy's teaching. It's fine. Then when I stop teaching, he's like, mommy's done.
Turn on your music or some video.
So maybe sometimes I'll talk to myself during a no-show, so it sounds like I'm still teaching because I know I have a class right afterwards. Don't wake up yet.
You have to record yourself and just play the recording.
Right? Yeah.
But my dog is like that, Rebecca. As soon as I've been quiet for more than 10 minutes, in she comes.
Yeah. And during the daytime, I teach without school, and my daughter knows when I say bye, she goes, mommy. There's no rest in between. She knows the end, and then it's her time.
Oh, that's hilarious. So Goliath hears my loud voice and he runs away.
So what other companies are still teaching? We're pretty lucky with VIP Kids to still be
Right.
teaching, right? Because
Um,
GoGo Kid stopped overnight. And what about the others? I'm
yeah,
less
some
familiar.
of the Chinese-based Wales English stopped overnight. Zimber English stopped overnight. Bling ABC is still doing pretty good. They've revamped from 40 minutes down to 30 minutes, and you have to resubmit your availability. I don't know if they're going to do weekend classes or not. Somehow they're under the New Oriental teaching company, and it's different. I don't know.
Hmm.
I don't know. I'm hoping.
Yeah.
I tutor group, the Chinese-based one might not last, but the Hong Kong version, Tutor ABC, might still be hiring.
Mm.
So you just have to look for non-China. You look for Korea, look for, look for other countries.
Right. But the
Right.
ones in China, there's just a
Yeah,
a
yeah.
few
There's
have.
just a few. So
And
I
what's
don't
the
know.
theory? What's the theory? Are we going to be able to, am I going to be able to teach the 3 years of classes that my
I
students
don't
have?
know. There are some
Mm.
rumors out there that eventually the foreign teachers will be phased out and replaced by native Chinese teachers. So
Right.
I wouldn't not bank on having 3 more years at VIP Kid. I'd guess a couple more months. I mean, I don't know when the end date's going to be, but eventually they're going to phase out.
Yeah.
I
I
just
think
don't know when.
Q Kids is Chinese based too, isn't it? I think that one's still going. I have a friend
Yeah,
that's
I
still
don't know if
teaching
that was still
there.
going or not. I don't know.
I know she had a class this morning, but I don't know where it's based out of. So
Yeah, I would go to Teacher Lexi's Facebook page as well as her YouTube. Teacher Lexi posts things like almost every day about new updates for different companies. So you can just search Teacher Lexi and Q Kids and see if she has a video in the last month. And then you can kind of see where they
Where
are.
things are at. Yeah.
yeah.
So how do you guys plan on saying goodbye? Like I hopefully will get some notice. Haven't they said they're going to do something that will allow us to say goodbye to our students?
Oh,
Yeah. I don't know, I only have maybe 5 students that I've really gotten attached to. I've been an almost trials only teacher for a year. And so the trials come and go. And over the span of 5 years, I've had kids come and go and they don't always tell me it's the last time. They just try to drop off my schedule. So part of me is like, I'd rather not know. I'd rather just say, oh, you disappeared. Okay, bye. Versus, I don't want to cry and scream. It's emotional for them and for me. So let's just end on a good, happy class and then poof. I don't know. I don't know.
We should all well have one of these. Goodbye. You're gone.
Someone was talking about them making like a template in the e-cards that we could
That'd be
try
nice.
to fill in.
that would be good.
Oh, the e-cards used to be that we could write whatever we wanted. It'd be nice if
Yeah.
they brought that back.
That would be nice if we
But
could
that's
say goodbye in
still
a
not,
card.
I just don't want, well, one of the things I have done now pretty much for all the ones I'm closest to is I have email addresses. So I'm grateful that if classes just stop overnight, I have a way of staying in touch with the ones that are important to stay in touch.
You have a very different relationship with some of yours than most teachers. I think you definitely need to say goodbye to yours. So
yeah.
Do you have a plan?
I don't know. I mean, I know one of the moms is saying, okay, she still has 170 classes, but she
Right.
wants her backup plan. And she said, can I pay you on PayPal? And can you do, I've never heard of it, but Klassen? Is that?
I've heard of Klassen, yeah.
So wanting me to teach there, which I don't think is legal for her. I don't know if she can get in trouble or if I can.
Right.
So I'm not sure how to respond to that. With the ones that I have Skyped with, we'll just Skype. I don't know that I'll teach, but we'll stay in touch. Like, I mean, some of these kids, especially the twins, I'm their auntie,
Yeah.
I'm not teacher Mary, I'm Auntie Mary.
Oh.
And that speak of Gabriel as their brother, it's not, we're family.
Yeah.
So it's going to continue. It'll just be, I'm not sure what to say if they ask me to private tutor them, because having a prepared curriculum is completely different than coming up with it myself. And I don't think I'd be good at that or want to put the time into that.
Right.
I want to keep the conversation, but not the teaching once it's done. Yeah.
Ooh, that's a hard one. Lisa said she agrees with Rebecca and not a great class and be done. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, I need to say bye. Oh, Rebecca, are you popping on to say goodbye, or you want me to say goodbye? She's so funny.
Bye, Rebecca.
I know.
Hi,
Okay, I'll come over
Rebecca.
a second. Sorry. I'm making
I'm
lunch for the girls and it's time for them to eat. So
like,
I have to say goodbye. They're outside, so I can't leave them out too long. Unattended. They can stay out as
right.
long as they want to, just unattended. So thank you for the chat. Thank you for reminiscing. Yeah, I'll miss these kids. But you
Yeah,
guys have to stay in touch. We'll find other reasons to get together. Even if it's
we
not VIP
will.
Kid, we'll find other
And
reasons.
everyone will see
Exactly.
Rebecca again. We're gonna do another video upcoming here, so we'll have more opportunities to talk about saying goodbye.
Awesome. And I'll keep listening to you guys while I get lunch ready.
All right.
Have a great
Bye,
lunch.
Bye.
Rebecca.
Bye.
Kelly said there are lots of teachers selling curriculum. Yes, I saw that as like a side income. A lot of them have started selling their lesson plans. Yeah. Teachers Pay Teachers has a bunch. The only thing with that is you need to make sure that you're allowed to use it for what you're using it for. For Mary, I think it would be, you'd be fine buying it and then using it for the twins or whatever. But for those that are working for different companies, you want to make sure that they allow you to use it for like out school or something.
Right.
So, yeah.
Like using it privately.
Yeah,
is
I
different.
agree with Mary. Yeah, that I don't want to create my own lessons. I love that VIP Kid just has it all lesson planned for me. I want to find another school or online ESL programs that I can teach for that has that already included.
Yeah.
But as far as saying goodbye to some of my regulars, I teach a lot of like L1s and L2s, and so their moms are present a lot through class and gotten close to them and their mom.
Yeah.
Yes. Exactly.
So I add them on WeChat. Recently I downloaded WeChat. I've never had it like the whole past year, but I'm like, how am I gonna keep in touch with my little kiddos?
Right.
And now I'm worried that WeChat is gonna get cut off. So I'm like, maybe I need to share my email.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens.
I never did WeChat, and I'm super grateful for the email. And so far, I've never had a problem with that. So if people are
Okay.
concerned about sharing email, it's never been misused or anything else. So to me, it's a really
Nice.
good option if there's some must-have connections that you want to maintain.
Right. So has any of your kids mentioned this at all? I haven't had any of them, and I have level 5s all the time.
Not the
Yeah.
kids. Pretty much every parent I have an email for emailed and was trying
Wow.
to come up with contingency class plan.
Right.
Yeah. So,
How about you in the chat?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Oh, connecting on WeChat with some of them, I've just asked them, like, I'm kind of nervous about what's happening with the Chinese regulations. And they're like, yeah, we've heard about that too. And the parents, some of them are like, oh, I've bought classes. And some of them are like, well, we're going to go to an in-person tutor in China to learn English. Just different things. Different families are doing different things. And I'm like, well, I just want to keep in touch and see how they're growing and changing and learning, and have a phone call,
Right.
video chat every once in a while to practice their English with me.
Aw. Yeah.
and you're right, Christina, when you have those level 1 and level 2s where mom's sitting right beside, that's when the big relationships can happen, right? Like,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. One of mine, I haven't seen him. I've had him since he was level 1. I've had him 156 of his 157 classes. The only one I didn't teach was his trial class. And all of a sudden, I haven't seen him at all on my schedule. So I keep looking.
That happened to me too.
Yeah, I keep looking. I'm like, where are my babies?
I know. I'm really sad. One just disappeared.
Yeah. Like I've had my little friend Helen, 214 classes. She's still on my schedule. But then my little guys Sherlock and Sharon, they're both
Love
over
those.
150, and I haven't seen them anywhere either.
Now, I wonder if they came to an end of one of their packets
I know.
and did not want to purchase anything else because of the insecure nature of making a purchase and not know if you're going to get it taught.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. So I sent them cards, so we'll see if they're checking their cards or anything. So, but I would talk to his mom. She would come on and say hi, but mom's also a doctor. So sometimes they would take little breaks too. So I have no idea if I'm going to see him again, but yeah.
I've had cards that I've received from students I haven't taught in a while, and I would love, like recent ones in the last week.
Yeah.
And I know they're asking for a class that way, but they're not requesting it
Right.
in the schedule. And I'm not opening my slots because I don't want people that I don't want.
New
So
student. Yeah.
yeah, I don't. So I'm not quite sure. Like, do I risk like just 1 week open stuff up? So like, if you want a chance at seeing me, and those are ones I don't have emails for, so I can't
Yeah.
just arrange for the class. Yeah, I would love, to have a goodbye class with some of these kids, but
Yeah. Aw. Hey, Heather, thanks for coming. The Naked Gardener's here. It has been a long time.
mhm.
So I don't know. Maybe we'll get some more information here shortly and we can come back on and talk again.
Yeah.
But
And what about you? If you know you're ending with someone, Casey, do you have any idea of what you would do for your last class?
okay, but you know me, Mary. You know I have to follow the rules and teach the class exactly the way it's supposed to be.
I never teach the class the way it's supposed to be.
I know you don't, but you
Ever.
know how I
Oh,
am.
there's something I'm supposed to follow here. Oh, yeah. Well, we did it. We didn't do it. Whatever.
Christina might not know that I'm a rule follower, but now she does. I don't know what I would do because I would want to like talk and everything, but I would be like, I got to get this class taught, but I want to talk, but I don't know, that would be hard.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think I might, depending on who it is, like have a cake, draw pictures, something.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining it's not a class. I'm thinking it's a farewell party. I don't know.
It's a party.
I mean, in a loving, sad way, but talk about feelings. I mean, if they're old enough to talk about feelings, talk about it and talk about how they'll stay connected in my heart. And well, at this point, I have emails for everyone that's still with me. So talk about how we'll stay in touch that way, but that this part's coming to an end.
Yeah.
And that's sad because emails, it's not going to be the same. It's not going to be
Right.
that, the twins I have 6 days a week. Like, it's not going to happen.
Oh, yeah, Christina didn't know that. Yeah, 6 days a week.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
like I see them every day except the one day that I said, sorry, I need a break, because otherwise I'd have them every day. So that part will be really different. And I think we need to mark that somehow.
Yeah. You're in a different situation though, Mary.
Yeah.
So I feel like I need to tell people watching, like Mary is really good with words. And now I don't know about the twins, but there are some parents that were like having behavior troubles or certain things, and you gave them extra help and feedback and things. And that's kind of how you started building the rapport and the relationship, right, Mary?
Yeah, exactly. So often in feedback, their feedback to me can sometimes be this long in the
Yeah, not
feedback.
it.
Like we're just having a dialogue all the time. And
Yeah.
I'm, my background is counseling, right? So I address the emotional needs of these students who are under a lot of pressure and they may be rebelling. And I talk about the healthy reasons why they want to do that. These children need to find balance in their life. So yay for them for refusing to do their homework, because somewhere in their heavy schedule, they're trying to be healthy. So when the parents can understand that, and then I make some suggestions on what they can do, like it's like, oh, keep telling us, keep talking to us. You're making me a better parent. We're understanding our children more because they were from the fear parent perspective of, oh my God, my kid won't get into high school if I don't
Right.
pressure them with everything. And that fine balance that I would do of honoring their fear and yet honoring that these are children and these children need time to be children and not be
Right.
under all that pressure. So finding a way to honor both realities and, being that parenting coach, I think has been a big part of my job.
Right. So I think your goodbye definitely has to be a little different than most of us. Not all. There are definitely some teachers that have made some great relationships with some of the students and parents, but I don't have that with a lot of them. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. I'm grateful. And those are the ones I will be here till VIPKid shuts their door.
Right. Right. Oh, oh no. Heather, you've been sick. I'm sorry to hear that. How are things besides that? Christina, there's a delay for them. So usually I ask a question, it takes a minute. So, well, anything, are you guys going to change anything in these upcoming weeks for VIPKid? No, me neither.
No, I don't think so. I mean, keep not teaching the lessons. No, I mean,
Okay,
I
that's
teach the
another
lessons.
video. She does teach, but she teaches to the kids. So
Yeah.
if the word is kick, it might not always be kick the ball. It might be whatever comes to Mary's mind at the time, but she's going to
Whatever.
get that word in there.
I mean, I meet the objectives,
Right.
but
You're so funny. She's such a rebel.
well, I mean, one of my students took 3 classes to finish a lesson because we did everything else too, right? Like, so
Right.
I mean, you have to have the agreement of the parents to customize it like that, but
Mhm.
I have so much flexibility. That's why I love this job. Like, I can do whatever I think is right for the student. And
Awesome.
Yeah.
Let's see. Heather said bookings great. Hard to believe this is almost over. I know, I know. I know. We'll still be here chatting along, so come back and see us. Well, Christina, I really appreciate your time. I know it is like, what is it, 8:40 there right now, PM?
Yeah, it's getting late.
I'm so glad you're here and thankful for you to come on here and chat about this. I'm sure this chat is going to be happening again soon because this is not goodbye today. It's just kind of like where we're at now in August 23rd, 2021. So I'm sure we'll be having more conversations like this soon. So,
And I'll make a date with you for 3 years from now.
right? Meet the VIPKid teacher that stuck it out the longest.
We could put in our little lottery of when we think the doors close.
Oh,
Oh, let's see. Heather said, so where are you teachers going now? That's a good question. I was really against diversifying for like the first year and a half of VIPKid, but thankful that other teachers had talked to me about it. I am working for Hollow Kid Passing Out School, but really I've been working more on my group business than anything because it's just a lot of fun. So
That's cool.
yeah. How about you guys? Any other plans? I think I asked already though. Mary does Pampered Chef, right?
Yeah. So I'm Pampered Chefing. Pampered Chefing. So, and that business is going really, really well.
Yeah, tell
So,
everybody.
yeah, it's awesome. And what I find is that it utilizes my teaching skills. I'm comfortable in front of the camera demonstrating and teaching how different tools work, how a recipe works. So some of those skills that I learned, I wouldn't necessarily have had without VIPKid, right?
Yeah.
And
are you a director?
I'm a director now. Yeah, I've
Director,
promoted
yeah.
to director, so I'm building a team, and that's fun, teaching other people how to do it. So it's a different form of teaching, unconventional, and
Right?
and if
Who
I
would
think
have
of it
thought?
if I would have thought of it
You're
as sales,
unschooling everything.
I don't really like
Okay.
sales, but if I think of it as service and helping people figure out tools to ease their time, like that's fun, and seeing what I can do with the business that has no cap on income. Like
Yeah.
I'm not limited to, the $21 an hour that I'm making with VIPKid, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I think the big question is, when is your husband going to make another video? Because that was hilarious. Christina, if you haven't seen it, I'm going to have to link it below. It's like, what, 2-minute video or something? It's super
Yeah, a minute
short.
and a half. Yeah.
It's funny.
Yeah, he got like 6,000 likes overnight. That was just crazy.
It was hilarious.
wow.
He's just
Yeah.
like, throw it. Like, it was great. He did a great job. Very energetic.
That's the first time you
Mary,
saw him too,
Pampered
right?
Chef. That's so cool. I
Mhm.
really like Pampered Chef.
Yeah.
It's an awesome company. Hey, and so I'm going to shout it out a little bit more. August, if anyone wants to give it a try, and give it a try could mean hosting a party, but you
Okay.
can get a kit rebate. So you get all this massive amount of stuff in a starter kit. And if you have minimum sales that they want in your first 30 days, you get the rebate on the kit and get it all for free.
Cool.
So I love training new consultants. If you want to be on my team, it's really fun.
So send me your email or how they can get a hold of you. We'll put that in the description box below.
Okay.
Hey, Stacy, thanks for coming. Stacy said, hi, Mary. So glad you're on too. Thanks for the talk a couple of weeks ago. Good.
Yeah.
So glad you're here. I had one more thing. So Christina, what are you up to? Do you have any other plans right now?
Like I said, I've been applying with some other companies, recording demo videos, and just the other ones outside of China, and seeing where that goes. Ones that have the curriculum already planned for you. I don't want to plan my own lessons or, make the slides or anything. And then I nanny part-time. I look after some children once school starts up again.
Cool.
Yeah, and then I'm also into like creative writing. I'm gonna start writing a blog.
Nice.
Awesome.
Very good.
Yeah.
What will your
Awesome.
blog be about?
It's gonna be about travel. My husband and I, we've both traveled a lot, and we want to plan to continue to do so. This job was a way to travel and work and earn money at the same time. And know a lot of VIPKid teachers travel and teach.
Yeah.
So hopefully still be able to do that in the future.
Yeah.
Have any of you seen the Spanish new startup that I saw like information about it about 6 months ago, but haven't seen anything.
Is that Latin Hire? Right, Christina,
No.
don't you work for them or no?
Oh yeah, so I was
Not-
getting onboarding done with them. I'm like waiting on my background check. should be fine.
This was a different one. It wasn't Latin Hire. It was something else.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
I don't know.
I can find the information for you if you want, because
Yeah.
I know a
I
friend of
applied
mine
with them at one called Pinata Teacher. I don't know if
Oh,
that
I
was
don't
it.
know.
It's on Lexi. Lexi Hennigar put a list of like top paying companies outside of China. So I'm applying to several of those. And one is called Pinata Teacher. I think it might be for Latin students.
I think Hollow would be good because you're teaching adults conversation. So on your travels, you could totally do lives anytime. So I did one in Disney World, it's kind of marketing yourself, but then they just started courses. So, but
okay, with already created slides.
So you can do your curriculum or their courses. Yeah. But I think they're going to be
I might apply with them.
Or a wait list type thing because they want to pace themselves and not get overloaded with, unhappy teachers. So, but they're opening up in Korea right now too. They have the founders are actually there. I don't understand the whole thing. I'd have to go back and read the article, but the government has some kind of thing where they're allowed to go and market. So I think we'll have quite a few students here coming shortly too. So.
Okay, so I know we're trying to finish up here, but did anything ever happen with VIPKids International? Like, at one time we had to choose, did we want to teach Chinese students or their global education program? And I've never heard of anything since then. Did that ever take off?
I remember some teachers not being very happy that switched over. So I would say if that was one of you, please let us know. Come on here and let us know, because I was wondering the same thing, if they could continue teaching, but I haven't heard of anything since there were some unhappy teachers.
Okay.
What is happening with Korea? Are companies safe there? I think so. The company I'm working for is going to market there. Actually, the founders are there now. So I think Korea is fine. So my teaching, I was telling Mary, started in Japan, and I started with this little book here of conversational English stuff, like 20 years ago? Whew, that's so crazy, but
awesome.
All right. We've gone off on a tangent as always. This is VIPKid chat right now. We're happy to have you all, and we look forward to chatting with you more all about VIPKid on Mondays at 3:00 Eastern. We will still be here chatting about VIPKid until we can no longer chat about it. So, oh, wait, I have another question. Sorry. Stacy asked, Casey, do you know how long it takes to be approved by Cambly Kids? I've already been accepted for Cambly, just curious. I don't really know. I have to reach out to some of my Cambly contacts. If you're a Cambly teacher and you know the answer, please put it in the chat box below and I will let Stacy know. Yeah, South Korea, Kelly. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for coming and we'll see you all next